This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, now what I'm going to do, just I'm planning to uh, install the CentOS in Jenkins in CentOS. So for that, what I'm doing first, I'm installing uh, Enterprise Linux packager release.
Mhm.
Once again, my system got hanged. Okay, I logged into my systems. Here, what I'm doing, just I'm executing sudo m install.
So I cannot see anything.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, I'm planning to install this EPEL release. It's nothing but extract packager Linux installations for enterprise Linux. If you install this one, it will bring some uh, certain repository default repository to your local.
Mhm.
Okay, it's asked my confirmation. I did. Again, why it's not opening? Okay, and then what I'm doing, just I'm going and updating my server, whatever softwares I'm having. I'm going and updating so that it will go and update all the softwares in my local, that is in my server. Now it's installed, and then I'm rebooting my server. Since the changes has to affect, I'm rebooting my server. So since I triggered reboot command, it is exit from my server. It will take some 2 minutes to reboot the server. So we have to wait till that time. Meanwhile, we'll see it yesterday thing again. I'm going to my browser and then I try to access localhost 8080. It is down, it is not up. The reason why is since I try to yesterday I run the Jenkins as a standalone. Once if I stopped close my command prompt, it will stop the Jenkins also. So again we have to start the var file. So I'm going to the download location and then executing java jar jenkins.var.
So you're on the wrong location. It's documents.
Oh, sorry. Java jar jenkins.var. So that again it will start from the beginning, but it won't ask the installation. Since we yesterday we installed, it will go and refer our user profile. Since the jar is already since Jenkins files are already available, it won't ask for the installations. If you see here, Jenkins is fully up and running. So that now if we come here and then if you try to access, we can access our Jenkins, and whatever programs yesterday we can have the same things here also. We have all the things here. Okay, just again I try to access in my Linux environment. Yep, it's installed now, so that I can proceed further. So what I'm doing, okay, already I told for Java, for Jenkins, Java is the base. So I'm installing Open Jdk in my Linux server. Sudo m install Java 1.8.0 Open Jdk. So it will go and install the Open Jdk version. Open Jdk installation is completed. Now again we can go to Java. We can check a Java version. It installed 1.8.0 underscore 181. After this, I'm going and setting a Java path in my profile. Even just you have knowledge about Java, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I have knowledge.
we have to set a Java home. So what I'm doing, instead of exporting in Windows environment, we will go to the environment variables. There we will set a environment variable for Windows. For
Yes.
here, we can set it our profile level. For
Mm-hmm.
each user, we have profile. In that profile level, either we can export or we can go and set it. If you export, it will be available only for this session. If you just if you are trying to set it in a profile, it will be always available to the user.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm going and setting JRE also. Once my JRE is installed, just I'm executing my profile, so that what it will do, it will the changes will be affected automatically. Now if I try to echo Java home, I'll get my Java version. Now again I'm installing wget. It is a tool which is used to download some utilities from internet. And then I'm going to Java Jenkins repository, and then I'm downloading the repo file. If you see here, I'm executing sudo wget. In this location, I'm saving this file /etc repo.d. Already we discussed that during a Linux class we discussed. This is a location where all our software repository will be available. There I'm trying to download my Jenkins repo, and then I'm installing here.
Right.
Download and install, and then I'm going and importing the key for Jenkins. The key also downloaded. Now I'm executing sudo m install Jenkins, so that Jenkins will start executing here. My Jenkins is installed. Once the Jenkins is installed, we have to start the Jenkins. Start the Jenkins is nothing but Jenkins is installed as a Linux service, so we have to start the Linux service. Then only we are able to access. Okay, now I installed, I'll start the Linux service. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to my EC2 console. I'm getting copying my public IP address. I'm opening a browser, giving IP address, and Jenkins is opening in the port 8080. So I have to open port 8080 in the security group. Okay. So now it's the username page is came. It's saying that the password is available in this page. We have to take the initial password and then we have to give. This step is same like yesterday what we did. We are going to install the predefined packages and then we are going to proceed. This is the initial password. Just I'm copying this password and then I'm pasting in my server. Just I'm going and installing all the suggested plugins here. Okay, my Jenkins is created in my server. Now here I can go and I can start creating all the things, all the steps again. I can go and create some job. Uh, my I'm selecting a freestyle projects. Okay, in source code management session, all the options are same. Only in source code management session, I'm giving some value. Okay, it's showing some error. We have to check. Okay, Git is not installed in my system, so it is showing error. So what I'm doing, just I'm leaving this page. I'm coming here and then installing sudo install git -y. Now Git is installed in my system. So again, I'm opening my system. I'm going to configuration. Under source code management, I'm selecting Git. I'm entering my repository. This time the error is not showing. And since it is a Java based project, what I'm doing, I'm going to build, it is based on Maven. I'm selecting invoke top level Maven. I'm giving my goal as clean package and then I'm saving and then I started executing. My job got failed. Maybe the Maven is not installed in my system, so it's got failed. It's saying mvn clean install, no such a file or directory. It's saying that cannot run the program mvn. The reason why is Maven is not installed. Either I can go and install in my system directly, or what I can do, I can install in the Jenkins also. So what I'm doing, this time I'm going and installing in Jenkins. I went to manage Jenkins configuration tools. Here, if you see here, we have Maven. Just select and then give Maven 3.5.4 so that it will install the versions. I'm selecting install automatically. I'm not giving any path. If you are installed already, you can give the location here. Instead of that, I'm selecting this option so that Maven will invoke automatically. Just I'm saving and then I'm applying. Now again I'm coming to my job. The one changes I have to do it in my job. I have to select that particular Maven which I install in my Jenkins server. If you see Maven version here, it is default. Instead of this default, I have to select this Maven 3.4 so that what it will do when it invoking, it will go and refer this tool. Save and then build now. Now if you see my installation is proceeding, it is downloading the repository from the Maven central repository. All the dependency jars and all it is downloading. Still my Jenkins got failed. It's saying no compiler is provided in this environment. Preface, you are running a JRE rather than JDK. I think there is some issue in my Jenkins installation. What happened to my file? Okay. I did a small mistake in my profile. Instead of JDK, I gave JRE, so it's the error. Now again I'm going and triggering my job. Since it's downloaded all the repository, again it's failing. No compiler is provided in this environment. Preface rather than you are running JRE rather than JDK. Okay, what I'm doing, I'll go and install again. I'm installing JDK also. In my in Java. It's installing JDK 1.8.0. Okay, now my build is success. If you see my build is success, the same thing what we did in the Windows machine, the same thing working here also. The only additional things what I did in Linux machine is, since it is depends on JDK and JVM in global configurations tool, I installed both JDK as well as I installed Maven. This is the two things I did. Rest of the things and all the same what I did there. Like that, if you're good at .NET, you can go and build a .NET related projects. If you're good at Python, you can go and build a Python related projects. It is based on our needs. We can go and build whatever projects we need. Only thing is we have to install the required plugins for that. Okay, the next thing is, again, if you come to here, new items, we have lot of jobs. We have freestyle, pipeline, multi-configure project, multi-branch. Next thing is we are going to see a pipeline. Okay, I'm giving my first. Okay, pipeline is nothing but, again, it is advanced version of freestyle projects. Here we can set a different stage so that we can understand in which stage actually our program is getting failed. If you see the options, again, we have general purpose, we have build triggers, and then we have advanced project options, and then we have a pipeline. Here we will specify our pipeline code. Instead of giving us a build trigger options, here we will specify the build option as a code. For that we need to know groovy language. Okay, either you can learn groovy language and then start typing, or you can go to this pipeline syntax. It is have a syntax generator. From here we can generate your pipelines. For pipeline code, first thing is, first requirement is we need a node. We need node, and we have multiple stages, multiple stages. Inside the stage, our actual code present. Okay, just if you want to generate the things, go here, drop down, and then you can see, if you see here, node allocation. Node allocation is nothing but whether your program is going to run on a master server or in a slave server. Okay, as of now we have only master, so just select this option and then click generate. It will generate some empty node. Just copy this code and then put it inside your pipeline. Okay, here actually our code will write our code. Okay, after the next steps, once the code, node is allocated, the next step is stage. Okay, stage is nothing but, again, what action you are going to do. First thing, I'm going to pull source code from Git. Otherwise I'm giving a zip checkout. Now I got my stage. My stage is zip checkout. Okay, my next stage is Maven build. I put it this in next line. And my next thing is automation testing. Once my testing is over, I can go and deploy my code. Now we have four dummy stages. One is checkout, next one is build Maven, and next one is automation testings, and last one is deployment. So what I'm going to do, just I'm going to write a source code inside this, whatever actions I'm going to perform for JIT. Uh, Again, I'm checking, is there any option related to JIT? If you see here, we have option. I'm selecting this one, and then it is asking my JIT repository. So that what I'm doing, just I'm going and copying this one and giving my repository details here, and then generate pipeline, so that it is generating this one JIT https://github.com/. This is giving this statement. I'm copying this statement and then putting inside my repository. Okay, next build related code. Okay, we'll coming and checking whether for Maven related things, whether we having anything. We don't have any things related to Maven, so we have to give our Maven code. Since it is a Linux machines, we can execute the thing as a shell script. So what I'm doing, I'm going and selecting this one as such. Here I'm giving mbn clean and then package, so that what it will do, it will first it will go and execute the Maven clean action, and then it will do the package. I'm copying this statement and then putting inside my pipeline. Since I want to specify which version of job I'm using, so that I have to set a path. So what I'm doing, just I want to set an environmental variable. So 1 second. So I'm setting up these two things. One is my Maven. This is my Maven version which I installed, and then I'm setting this as a environmental variables. If you go here, we can see what our versions we are using, Maven, and then if you come to global configuration tools, here we gave a name, right? Whatever name here we are specifying, that name we have to set it in the tools option. Okay, just I'm applying automation stage and deployment. I'm leaving as it is, since we don't have any automation test case and deployment thing. So I'm giving leaving as a dummy thing. Okay, I'm going and executing my pipeline. I can come and see the output here. What is happening? It's failed. It's saying that okay, no compiler is provided in this environment. Again, we have to specify the JDK version also. So what I'm doing, I'm coming here, and then again I'm checking what is my Java. Okay, I'm setting Java. I'm going to my configuration. So here I'm saying Java home, and then I'm giving name it as Java. Since I gave Java there, I'm giving Java here, and then I'm adding that same thing in my repository also. What I'm doing, I'm using Java dollar Java home slash bin dot, sorry, semicolon. Now try to build. Now my build is success. If I came here, I can see that there are four stages in my build. First one is checkout, next one is Maven, next one is automation test case, and then deployment. Here I can easily identify what is the failure in my script. I don't need to go to open my console output and all. Here I can come and see what is exact error. So that it will, for the end users, it will be easy to understand where exactly the failure is occurred. For that purpose, we are using this Maven build. Okay, for deployment again we can go and use a Tomcat. Again, if you want, you can add a multiple stages also. Like that, if you want to execute each stages in different servers, so in that case what you can do, again you have to specify different nodes. For this checkout has to happen in one node. Again, other things will happen in another node. In that case, I can use a different node, so that our execution will happen in a different service. Since I don't have multiple servers, I'm doing in a single server itself. If you have multiple servers, in that case we can split our stages into multiple servers and then we can execute it. Krupal, so far any doubts in the Jenkins pipeline?
No, sir, I got it.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
Okay, next thing is we'll see some settings related to manage Jenkins. Okay, in manage Jenkins, each and everything is important. First thing is we'll go and see about the plugins. Manage plugin. Manage plugin is nothing but whatever plugins you are installing. Again, if you need any additional plugins, you can go and install that. If there is any update in the existing plugins which we install, we will get it in the update sessions. And these are the available plugins which we are not installed. If example, we have ms test which is used with .NET, and then we have ms test runner. It is a .NET, again .NET project tools. We have and tools and PowerShell related violations, visual code metrics, and then like that we have a lot of tools here. If you want to see some details about these tools, just open in another tab. It will go to that plugins thing. There we can see a detailed descriptions, detailed description about this libvirt slave tools. Again, if you want to filter some tools based on the name, you can go on filters. Just I'm trying to filter one tool. It's called style. Okay, check style. Okay, I want to know information about this tool check style, and also I'm trying to install this one. If when I trying to install, I have two options: either install without restart and then download it now and install after restart. I can choose either two options, but it is always preferred to use this option: install without restart, so that it will go and install all the dependencies. It is depends on JIT. It will depend on MBDB APIs and subversion, SSH slave, like that. Okay, once the installation is over, you can select this option so that our Jenkins will restart automatically. Okay, just I want to know about this Jenkins code style plugin. I can go to this wiki page and then I can see some more details about this code. Okay, we'll come back and then we see how to use this one. Maybe it will be available in plugin sections, or we can use this one. Maybe in here also they are not gave anything interest-free. Okay, what I'm doing now, it's installed. Again, I'm going to my job. I'm going to my Maven job. I'm not sure. This is a, I think whether I have to add anything in my Maven or not. I'm not sure. I'll try to put it here along with my check package. I'm giving check style colon check style, so that it will check the style of my programs and then it will give output to me. Okay, my build is success. It's not coming here. Okay, sorry. In post build, we have to enable this option, publish check style analysis report. Okay, so that it will automatically analyze the report. We no need to specify anything here. Just again, I'm going and building my output program. Okay, my build is success. If I come here, it's showing check style warning. If you open this one, here it will show how many. Okay, this is package. What are the packages I'm using? Totally, how many files are there? What it check? It's saying that file, and then people. If you see in people, in one places I'm using wilbermoney007 at gmail.com. In another place it is unknown authors. If I open this one, it will say what are the places it is unknown authors, and then what are the types of the warnings, origin details, those kind of stuff it will give. It is a plugin similar to SonarQube. Maybe I'm not sure whether you are aware about the tool or not. Again, it is one of the DevOps tool which is used for analyzing our source code quality. It will go and check is there any security vulnerability in our source code, or whether we are following a standard coding methodology. Those kind of stuffs and all, it will be checked by the SonarQube. Similar to the SonarQube, here in Jenkins they have the internal tool that is called this check style. Using this plugins, we I'm not saying that it is 100% correct, but it is somewhat accurate. It somewhat it will show how much percentage it is correct and the stuffs. If you want to see the details things, it's saying that missing package info.java file. Check that each Java package has a Java doc file used for commented by default. It's only available at a java-info.package, but can be configured to allow a package.html file. An error will be reported if both the file exist, as this is not allowed by the Java doc tools. Like that, they are giving some priority, high priority things and low priority things and all. Okay, you're getting right, Rupak?
Yes, I'm getting it.
Yep. Even either you can use this code check tool, or you can go for an external tool also. Using that one also, we can utilize that one. And again, just we can
Okay.
come and see some other plugins. If you see, these plugins are related to .NET, and I try to come down slowly. And agent launch and container related plugins are available, and Android related plugins. These are all Android related plugins. And
Mhm.
Artifactory upload, for Artifactory we have plugins, and authentications and user management. For that we have a separate plugins, and build notifier plugins. We can once the build is successful, we can notify to some uh, chat chatting or like that. If you see here, we have one chat application called HipChat. HipChat. It is similar to. It should be used in the organization for chatting within our organization peoples. Either
Mhm.
we can include these options also. Once my build is success or failure, I can send a notification to that HipChat. Okay, like that. We have a lot of things. Since I can't show the build note email things, the reason why is we don't have a SMTP server. Maybe in upcoming class I try to make some SMTP, alternate SMTP, and then we try to publish that one. You'll see that options how it is working. Like that, we have a lot of plugins. Just I'm going to install Bitbucket plugin. When I search for Bitbucket, here we have integrates with Bitbucket. We can go and install this plugin. When I installing HitChat, it have no dependency, but when we installing Bitbucket, it installing Mercury also. The reason why is Bitbucket is compatible with both JIT and then Mercury, so it is installing the dependencies. Now my Bitbucket plugin is installed. If I went inside my existing job or new job, under source code management sessions, I'll get a Bitbucket option also. If you see under source code management, have JIT, already I have a JIT. Now if you see I have Mercury options. So that if I am using Mercury based repository, I can go and select these options. If it is a JIT based Bitbucket, I can select the above option. Okay, again it's our need only. Like that, for deployment we have udeploy plugin. We'll go and search for Tomcat. Okay, we have some tools for Tomcat. Again, I'm not used this tool, so we're not going to install. If you are using JUnit, for that we have a plugins, and then for again in testing we have a lot of tools like Cucumber, and then we have Serenity report publications, Cucumber report publications, JUnit or NUnit thing publications. Those and all just we can install, and then we can publish the report in the Jenkins itself. If you want JUnit related things, we can go and install here. Whatever plugins it's required, you can install from the available sessions. In the install sessions, it will have whatever plugins are installed already. Those plugins, the mandatory plugins are not able to uninstall, but whatever plugins we install, we can go and uninstall that one. That's not a big deal. And then if you are developing any plugin by your own using advanced options, we can go and deploy it from here. And then next, manage Jenkins option. Here we can go and see a build history, what are the jobs of fail and what are the jobs of success. I'm going to manage Jenkins. Next option is configure system. If you went inside the configure systems, we have some options like home directory. Home directory is nothing but where actually your Jenkins is reside. Slash var slash lib Jenkins. Here the place where our actual Jenkins is reside. And then if you want to specify some system message, you can specify here. And then global Maven options, Again, you can specify here, since it's not used by anyone. If you are using a local repository, default local repository, you can select it here. And then this is Maven project configurations. For Maven project executors, they are selecting two things. Executor is nothing but how many number of concurrent job has to execute it. Okay, for examples, if my CPU, my server capacity is one core CPU and 1 GB RAM, means based on that only I can able to give a executors. If I am giving five executors, executor is nothing but a threads. At the same time, five threads will be executed. And then you can set a label, and if you want you can use this node as much as possible options. And then quiet period, they give 5 seconds. If you give 15 seconds, after clicking your build, it will wait for 15 seconds, then only your build will start. If example, this is my job, I'm clicking and then I'm clicking a status, it wait for some time and then it will start it. It will go and do all the options. Meanwhile, we'll go and see other option. For all the things, they're giving a description here itself. If you click here, you'll get, when this is a checkout, a new trigger build of the project will add to the queue, but Jenkins will wait for a specific period of time before actually starting the build. So it will wait for some time and then it will start. And then SCM checkout recount. If my source code is failing due to authentication issue or something, it will go and recount. I'm giving one twice, and then I'm applying my changes. Here I'm going and I make some changes in my configurations. What I did, I add some uh, incorrect zip plugins, and then I try to build so that my job will fail, that I know, but it will go and retry twice at least. If you see here, it tries to access again, here also it try to access and then failed, again it is trying. If you see retrying after 10 seconds, finally only it failed. What a recount retry count we are giving, that many times it will started retrying the options and then only it will fail. And next options, you can go and set a environmental variables. If you want to use any environmental variable in your programs, you can set, for examples, I'm giving training. I'm copying this value, add, just what I'm doing, just I'm going to use a simple thing only. So I'm removing all these changes. I'm invoking shell program. Here I'm giving echo dollars and then I'm placing my environmental variable. Build. My build is success. If I went here, I can see my environmental output. Like that, we whatever values you can want, you can go and set it here. It is fully our need. If examples, I want to set some URL, so that I can go and set the URL here. Like that, if you want to specify any tools location, that also you can go and add. If examples, I can add JIT locations or JDK or Maven locations, I can go and make a location here. And these are all its default options only. If you want to specify your JIT server URL, You can go and specify your GitHub URL and then application URL and then credentials here, so that it will be useful for when we're managing the hook. Again, this concept you will see it later. When we're using an enterprise GitHub account, that time we have to use a API endpoint and then we have to use a name, because for enterprise GitHub account we have a different URL and then different name for that. Like that, again, remaining options are some default options only. When we are doing sending external notifications, here we have to configure our SMTP details so that we can send a notifications like that. To send a notification to HipChat, again we can use this one. This is about the configuration management details. Nothing big in this. Next option is configure global security. In global security, we have a security related things. We first one is we have this enable security options. If you remove these options, we don't have any security related options, so always it is advisable to use these options. And then access control list, if you see this access control list, it is called as a security relay. Here we have dedicated to servlet containers, and then we can manage our own database, and then we can use the things, or we can integrate our Jenkins with LDAP servers, or we can integrate with Unix username and group database. Since we don't have LDAPs options and all in our training related things, so we are using this Jenkins owner use database. And if you're coming to authorizations, again we have different kind of authorizations. Anyone can do anything, so that it won't ask username and password. And then legacy mode, again legacy mode is based on some external tools. And then login in the users can do anything. Whatever users we are creating, based on that we can allow users, and then allow anonymous users to read, so that it won't ask username and password, it just show your details to them. And metrics based securities, again we can go and set the users based on the metrics. And then we have project based metrics authorizations. Since we are strict with these options as of now, login users can do anything. And then when we going for master slave configurations, our master slave configuration is work on this JNLP agent, so that we have to, as of now it is disabled, we have to set a random, and then we have to set some random port for this, or we can give a fixed port, so that our master and slave will communicate automatically. And if you want to enable CLI, that is command line interface over a remote computing, you have to enable these options, but it is not that much secure. And if you're using SSH server, we can set a port here. This is about the global security tools. When we coming to global tools configuration, here we have our Maven default settings. We can set that one, and then I installed JDK and JIT. It is automatically recognized from my server. And Gradle, if I want, I can go and install Gradle. Mercury, I can go and install, and like that. Ant, I can go and install. Docker, I can go and install. Whatever things we are installing here, it will be available in this location. /var /var/lib Jenkins. Inside my Jenkins, all my folders are present. If you see here, I have an option called tools. Whatever tools I install, it will be available here. I installed JDK, so Hudson model JDK is here, and then I installed Maven, so that Hudson tool Maven is installed here. It is specific only to my Jenkins server, not to the server. if I am installing Ant, again I'm going to my job, configure. Instead of this, I'm trying to invoke my Ant project. Here I have a default Ant options. I'm giving this one, and then I'm giving clean. Even though if the build is failed, if you see in the tools, still I don't have any options. I have only JDK and Hudson. Now I try to build. If you see, it's going and uninstalling and then it installed in my location. If you see, I'll get a Hudson Ant also, so that I can use an Ant command in my Jenkins program. This is how it will work. And coming to configuration details, configuring credentials. Here we can go and configure our credentials. Go to credentials. Here open Jenkins, open global credentials, and then here we can add our credentials. Examples, if I want to add my GitHub credentials, I can go and add it from here. Just this is my GitHub username, GitHub ID, and then I'm giving a password, and then I'm giving a option credential hint like GitHub. So that when I try to pull some changes, try to configure my GitHub, it will show the credentials here. If you see under this credentials, I'll have my GitHub credentials, so that I can use my public private repository here, so that for that private repository, this credentials will be taken care. So it won't ask username and password. We no need to hard code anywhere. It is, since we are using this credential option, it is very secure, so we can utilize this option. And then I can go and see all my system related informations here. If examples AW2 kit, and then executors information, executable was, and then what is my Java location, and if I come down, I have my Jenkins home location, and then okay, these are some of the environmental variables I'm having, and here it will say what are the plugins I installed and what is the version. Those informations it will show it here. And then I can see my system log here and statistics informations here. So far, any doubt, Krupal?
No, sir. I got and I have some confusions also, but once I'll go through it and
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
practice it.
What you will do? What you will do tomorrow and day after tomorrow? Tomorrow you go through the concepts, whatever we saw yesterday and today. Do you have any idea about Tomcat?
I guess in the college I used it, but not I'm not
Okay,
very
it
sure
is
about
very
it.
simple. It is very simple. I'll give one assignment to you. Go to this website or just download Tomcat 8. Okay, for Tomcat 8 we need Tomcat. Again we need a Tomcat. Sorry, Java 8. Okay, either you can go and download the zip file or you can download the installer. My best advice is go and download this zip file based on your version whatever you are using.
Hmm.
Either your system is 32-bit, or if it is 32-bit,
Yes,
download this
64.
32-bit. If it is 64-bit, download this 64-bit. Okay,
Okay.
once it is downloaded, extract it to somewhere in your desktops or some other location where it is comfortable for you.
Mhm.
And what you'll do, you just download that Jenkins var file and place inside this web.var.
Mhm.
Okay, just place your Jenkins var file here. If example, I can show you. Before that, I have to stop. Just I'm stopping this Tomcat, this Jenkins. Okay, then I'm going to my download location. Since yesterday I downloaded Tomcat var, I'm copying this file. I'm pasting here. Okay, and what I'm doing, I'm going and deleting my Jenkins, install Jenkins also. I have under my user profile I have this .jenkins file. I'm deleting because since it is a older, it's already installed. So when I try to start my Tomcat, it won't take effectively. So just I'm uninstalling this option.
Mhm.
Okay, it's deleted now. Now what I'm doing, I'm going inside my Tomcat bin. I have a file called startup.bat. See, if it is Windows, startup.bat, and if it is a Linux, it is startup.sh. Execute these options. Your Tomcat will run. Wait for sometimes. It will start executing. If you see here, this options, it is started executing this Jenkins var.
Yeah.
It started executing this Jenkins var, and then it now my Tomcat application is started, and it listing all the plugins. Wait for sometimes it is extracting. It is running my Jenkins file. Now I got my Jenkins thing. Go to your browser. Your Tomcat will run on localhost 8080. My Apache Tomcat is running. After that, give slash and then give Jenkins. Jenkins is the context path. When you're executing Jenkins, it will say that my password, initial password is available in this location. So
Mhm.
I'm opening my Notepad++. I copy this initial password and then I can execute it here. Again, it will ask for all the previous steps what we did. Okay, you can try it in this way also. Either you can install as a service, Windows or Linux service. You can install as a um, you can run it as a standalone using java-jar and then var file name, or you can put
Mhm.
it inside your Tomcat and then you can execute. Just you try
Okay.
all these three things, and then whatever things we saw, that also just you try it. Again, we'll connect it on, if possible we'll connect it on Sunday, or Monday we will connect. Okay.
No problem at all, sir. No problem.
Okay, Krupal, thank you. Just you'll
Okay.
get it this video from Maniganda. He
Yes,
will
sir.
share it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are required, so I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
move ahead.
He will share. Meanwhile, I also try to downloading the videos, Jenkins related videos, because we can't see all the things in the short times, right? So I'll share that videos also. You can
No
go
problem.
through that video.
You can share me the links only, so I can go through.
No, it is in my Udemy
Okay.
account. So just I have to
No
download
problem.
and then I have to give it to you.
No problem. No problems.
Yeah. Okay, Krupal. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll see
Thank
it
you
on
very much, sir.
Sunday or Monday. Okay.
No problem, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Have a
Thanks.
good day.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.